Craft brews, casual conversations. It is a Strange Brew episode of Dudes with Brews on a Porch. My guest is Rob, and we're going to be drinking some Pickle beer.
Dudes with Brews on a Porch presents to you another edition of Strange Brews. Conspiracies, murder, ghost stories, aliens. They're all coming to get you, my dears.
Great. Yeah, very great. Well, Rob, welcome back to the program. We've got exciting things to go on. A topic that I randomly came across, and you said you have some knowledge on.
It's. I wouldn't say it's knowledge, but I know of it.
You know of it? You have some expertise.
It's interesting. It's interesting. So.
Interesting. Well, I figured the Strange Brew episode, we're going to talk about, paranormal, talk about things like that. Why not drink something a little strange, out of the ordinary? So our good friend, super listener Chad, sent me a styrofoam cooler that arrived on my porch of all locations.
Nice.
This is Dudes with Brews on the porch.
Very fitting.
So the beer is on the porch, and he gave me some Sweet Baby Jesus, which is a chocolate peanut butter porter, which him and I are going to drink on a future episode. We're going to Skype in and talk a little bit. His wife's got some cool stuff going on that we're going to discuss. And then he also gave me this beer that we're going to be having. It's the Urban Artifact Pickle beer.
Yeah, I don't know if I should thank Chad or not at the moment. We'll find out. So
you said you're not really a pickle guy.
I was when I was a kid, and then I just don't do the pickles anymore. So
well, he liked it. Chad tried it himself, and his Untapped review, I think, is probably pretty accurate. It's sour, very pickle forward, and would go great with a Reuben, which is my favorite sandwich.
I'm not a sauerkraut.
Are you kidding? I never used to like sauerkraut, but now I'm a big fan of the Reuben. So there it is.
It's happening already.
Urban Artifact. It's from Cincinnati, Ohio. The description goes: pickle, 1,000 pounds of fresh cucumber and 2 pounds of fresh dillweed. Pickle. It is considered a sour. Or a goose or a gose, Gose. Is that goose? Gose beer. It is 4. Gose, maybe. Gose.
There's no little thing above the E though.
No.
Or the O.
4.3 on the ABVs, 11 on the IBUs.
See, now mine says 1,000 pounds of cucumbers, 9 pounds of sea salt, 2 pounds of fresh dill.
Okay. Well, you're reading from the can.
And some odd grams. This can doesn't feel that heavy though.
I like that humor.
I had to do it.
It's a good one. Yeah. So definitely, it says to drink it fresh. That was a good sound right there. That was a good one.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah, got it.
Give it a smell. It smells like very cucumber-esque.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's not pickly smelling. That's
a little bit. Let's go down the hatch, baby.
All right.
Ooh-wee. That is it is sour. It has the sour aspect of a sour beer.
Yeah.
You can taste the dill.
You can.
It's not overpowering.
And honestly, it tastes like a sour candy to me. With a dill taste. But I know that sounds weird, but there's like a sweetness to it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Well,
it's very interesting to say.
You're supposed to chill it at 38 degrees. I think it's about that.
Yeah, probably.
I kept it in the fridge.
I have no idea.
Yeah, something like that. It's not... I'm not going to lie. I did try it already the other day. And this time around, I think I like it a little bit more. You're studying the can?
Yeah. I'm reading the government warning.
Yeah, so this is from I don't think we've ever done an Ohio beer before, so I'm pretty excited about that. And once again, Chad, you didn't have to do it, but you did because you're the man, you're the super listener. And I had talked about this in a previous episode, and he sent it to me, so I really appreciate it. And I look forward to our future conversation that we are going to be having.
I look forward to listening to it.
So today's topic, we're talking about something called the zoo hypothesis, involving aliens, essentially. Correct?
Yes, good stuff.
And you've never heard it referred to as the zoo hypothesis?
No, not that.
So what we're doing, or what we're talking about then, the zoo hypothesis essentially is involving aliens or extraterrestrial life forms. And essentially, it comes down to the fact that they know we're here, but they don't visit us because they want to see how we evolve. In a sense.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
Basically, it pairs well with the Fermi paradox, which is
they mention it, yeah.
Yeah, which
articles.
basically states that over a certain amount of time, all the different stars in the universe, the ones that are older than us, probably have older civilizations. Therefore, there's more intelligent life out there.
Mm-hmm.
That intelligent life then comes here and studies us without interfering.
So they're aware that we're here.
Yeah, and there's like that gets real in depth to some crazy theories, but
so it was thought up in 1973 by MIT radio astronomer John Ball. He said that there might well be intelligent aliens out there, but maybe they are simply ignoring us, forcing us to live in a cosmic zoo or wildlife sanctuary where they can monitor our activity without disturbing it.
Yeah, which, that makes sense because you go to the zoo and the animals are depressed and you look at humans and...
We're depressed.
There's correlations.
So alien life is out there, according to this theory, but it's so advanced, it either does not want to influence our primitive society or it knows not to get involved with other intelligent life forms. It's so smart that they know, we're about to get a space force, and if they fuck with us, kablooey.
I think that's when they'll step in, but and that's I disagree with this theory personally.
Okay.
Because there's just it's clear to me that in our past these beings or whatever did interfere.
Right.
And there,
was it by accident though?
No, I don't think so.
Purposely.
Because not only did they interfere by jumping, like their massive jumps in evolution,
they built our pyramids,
but there was also massive extinctions of of tainted DNA or whatever.
Well, what if that's how they learned? That's why now there is this zoo society, because they did interfere with us, and now they've learned through this that they shouldn't do that.
I guess I don't consider that a zoo hypothesis anymore. I consider that we're making sure that our experiment doesn't come.
Well, what if you look at it with a zoo, you need people to interact with the animals at first. They take them out of captivity, or if they're born into captivity, but they still transport them to a different area. There's still that interaction. And then, but we don't really remember that. That's not the majority of their life. They sit in a cage. So through this interaction, they learned, we're not gonna do this anymore because this happened. Roswell.
Yeah. Well, honestly, and this is the thing, the video game.
Yeah.
That's why they left.
Right.
But so that thing that I was telling you that I wanted, or I didn't write down that I wish I would have. It's like the Great Divide.
Okay.
It's the Great Filter. I'm sorry, the Great Filter theory, which is awesome. This series is so fucking cool.
Okay.
Sorry to swear to those of you out there.
We're past that.
But, and I always used to get...
We're almost 60 episodes in. I say fucking at least every single one.
Okay.
No, maybe not all of them. Most of them.
Then I take back my apology.
Good.
So I used to always get this... when I read this last night, when I looked it up,
oh, yeah.
I realized that for the last 10 years I've been calling this theory the Fermi paradox wrongly. So I have some people to call. But so the Great Filter is this idea that all intelligent civilizations in the universe come to a point where they either cross a threshold or they don't, and that threshold being they get smart enough to kill themselves, and they either are a civilized enough culture or whatever being society to get past that. For us, first time in our recent history, would be the Cold War. So it's basically all this is a theory that all civilizations come to that moment where they have the technology, and they have the they don't have the ability to make peace with each other, so they either wipe each other out or wipe themselves out essentially, or they don't. And in regard to the zoo theory, like I could see with what's been happening, especially in the last 100 years, us being at that threshold, maybe these aliens going, all right, let's back off,
right,
and see what they do. And if they make it past this and they can go from a warring society to a peaceful society, then we'll interact again.
Right.
But
well, do you think maybe then while people still see UFOs, all these things are happening? There's been, of course, like Roswell, there's all these alien or Area 51s where they're testing this spacecraft crash things. Do you think that's just while they're monitoring us? All of a sudden something went wrong and they're flying saucers and they're at the ground.
Well, there's all those. I don't think that the flying saucers that are piloted by aliens crash that often.
Well, yeah, because we don't see it, but people see UFOs all the time.
But
maybe they're just being monitored closely.
But what I'm getting at, I guess, is that I do believe that our governments are test flying these things, and they're not as good at keeping themselves hidden.
Okay.
But I'm not, and that's not to say that I don't think that there's visitors coming here, because I definitely do.
Do you think they've already been here?
I think that
they are here.
I think that I don't really necessarily buy into the colonization, but I do believe that the Greek gods and Roman gods were all the same aliens that were coming here. And, eventually, I mean, there's records in newspapers in the 1500s of flying saucers battling with each other over Germany and.
So how does that make you feel that aliens would be coming and watching us? They're just sitting aside, seeing how we form. It's kind of like that South Park episode. Do you ever see it where the Earth is getting canceled because it was a reality TV show?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty funny episode.
Yeah, it is a funny episode.
I feel like that's kind of what this zoo theory is in a nutshell. Eventually, we're not going to get. What happens if we just don't pass it, or if they're choosing to ignore us? They just keep on moving along.
Well, yeah, it's this is where I get tongue tied in metaphorically in terms of what my actual beliefs on this are.
Right.
Because I'm starting to lean more towards the belief that we've been on this planet for a lot longer than what we think that we have been, and we're just going in circles, and we have hit that moment, that divide, that filter line, and we haven't crossed that threshold many times, and there's evidence to support that nuclear weapons have gone off on this planet in the ancient past, and we just maybe restarted again.
So now we're in like a parallel universe, kind of. We're it just started from the beginning.
Same planet, same whatever, just re-evolved.
What if the Big Bang Theory is really just from a nuclear bomb, wiped out the current civilization, and then would started it, all the radiation, everything, all these different, molecules and germs or whatever. Now they're mutants and they're evolving from the start, like you're saying. It's a big old circle. That could be a conspiracy right there. I think we just thought of that by ourselves.
You're on a different wavelength than me, so
why is
that's
that?
All you. Because the Big Bang Theory is so like I understand it, but I can't subscribe to it.
Well, yeah, isn't it essentially the Big Bang Theory just all of a sudden went boom, and then life started?
Well, whatever caused the big...
I don't really know.
Whatever, like, there was nothing, or
there was everything,
or there was one point that was so dense that everything in the universe was in this point and it exploded. But as far as I want, there's...
So look at human life, Robert. There's one point where everything just explodes and a child is made from some goo, from some little...
You might be
germ?
oversimplifying that, but but yeah, no, it's, I mean, who am I to say? I just can't picture, because before the Big Bang, what was there? There was nothing. Can you picture nothing? No. It's either black, it's white, it's a solid color, it's space.
Could be water.
It's like there's no way to picture air. You picture what's behind the air.
There's nothing.
Yeah, but
something has always had to be here, right?
That's my mentality on it, is that, and that's where I get mixed up with like the multiverse theory. To me, the word universe
means one.
It's just, yeah, it's one. Whatever.
One vessel.
Yeah, it's everything. If we
Right.
discover something outside of the universe, then the universe just got bigger.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, there is no outside of the universe. It's just an idea. It's not an actual thing. It's an idea. It's everything. So, like, there can be smaller...
What if there's a big space wall?
Well, I'd want to know who paid for it. God damn it.
Yeah, I always hear, like, Joe Rogan always talks about, there's so many universes.
Sour.
It is sour. There's so many universes out there that right now you and I are having the same conversation, drinking the same beer, doing the same thing, everything verbatim and step by step, a million different times right now.
Oh yeah,
at this exact moment.
Except for like, instead of
only it's called like dudes with prongs.
Yeah, or it's a lime beer or
yeah,
or
they're
even
much more successful.
I mean, if you think about the fact that
Dave Jackson likes it.
Yeah, what we're doing right now, like, I could, this time I'm speaking this way, but next in a different, I'm going, no,
Wouldn't that be
pausing.
something?
Like, there's pauses.
I
And
know people that talk like that.
There's infinite different ways that you can, change speech patterns and pauses and lengths of words, and that can. I was thinking about what we were talking about in the last one that I was on, I think, and like in a different dimensional or whatever parallel universe, there is a Nazi themed Disneyland. Because the Nazis won and
sure.
Walt Disney was a Nazi, as we've...
So do you believe in parallel universes? And if this is a thing, is there are these aliens who are looking at us at the zoo, like, is there just one, or are they looking at every single universe out there and testing it? Maybe, all right, follow, here we go. Maybe there's one like super crazy fucking alien race, and they have somehow concocted all these different parallel universes, millions and millions, and we're all just one big ass zoo, and they're looking at every single one. They're doing things a little bit differently. Like, this guy got a little extra drop of aggression or something like this. Like, essentially they're playing God in a sense, and they're seeing which one can survive.
Well, yeah, I think that they probably were doing that at some point before all, like...
And that's why we have the pyramids, because that's something that the other Earth doesn't have.
Yeah, well, I don't know if...
There's no way humans could have done that.
I'm not going to say there's no way, because I wasn't alive back then.
Mythbusters needs to do a special episode where they just get a bunch of servants and they try to build it.
I've seen people try and do that and make a pyramid that's literally like the size of this room, and they can't do it.
Aliens, bro.
But and I believe that, I do believe that that's what happened. Whether we built them based with their technology or they built
zapped it real quick. Zoop, 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 zoop.
The evidence is overwhelming in favor of the fact that aliens have been here, and what we think are what we call gods of the ancient past are actually just
aliens.
Yeah, and where they went, I don't know. But
so what do we do with this information? What do we do with the information if the zoo hypothesis is 100% correct? We're being watched, or we're being ignored, depending on, because they know these idiots here on Earth dress everything up. Well, like this laptop.
Either way, it doesn't matter, because whether this is a zoo or this is a planet, we're still here, and we still made up everything that we think is right and wrong.
Right.
There is, like, the only reason that it's wrong for me to murder you right now is because we developed compassion
because of the patriarchy,
and we came up with some kind of hierarchy that said, I will punish. I'm gonna make you do something that's unenjoyable to you if you kill this person.
I'd probably rather be dead by now. Otherwise, somebody would have easily killed me.
Oh, no one's killing you, Drew. You are a bad example. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I
love you, Drew.
Thank you. I've upset people. I would have been murdered for sure.
Well, I mean,
in a fit of rage, somebody would have.
Yeah, and if there are parallel universes, there's definitely a parallel universe where every dispute is everything. You put 2 sugars in my coffee instead of 1. I'm gonna shoot you now. Like that's
shoot you in the face.
But it's, and going back to that omniscient presence or whatever. I mean, in terms of like, I don't know if I believe in multiple like parallel universes and infinite parallel universes, mainly because it just makes my brain hurt and I wish I wasn't in this one. But like it's. I do believe in like the string dimensional theory that really what you're getting to, like if you can get to the 10th dimension, then yes, you can see all outcomes and you can see everything, and you can be in any timeline, in any dimensional line or whatever. But I don't know if anybody's actually there. I just know that theoretically, like, that makes sense.
Theoretically, we're essentially being, whether it's religious, scientific, or alien beliefs, we're being watched all times.
And it's all the same theory.
The government could be watching us right now.
Yeah, if you're hardcore like atheist but believes in conspiracy theory, you're being watched by the government. If you're a hardcore religious, you're being watched by God. And if you're a hardcore alien theorist or zoo hypothesis, now I'm doing it.
Hypothesis?
Then you're being watched by aliens and just cover up when you jerk off, I guess. But it's, none of it matters if they don't interact.
Right. Or do they? Or is our life being guided by the decisions we make because of these things? Do we really have free will?
Well...
Or is it like Donnie Darko, where our path is shown to us before we even walk?
I think we have free belief, and that determines if we have free will.
I'm free to believe that this pickle beer, I'm going to finish it.
Cheers to that.
It's an urban artifact. Have you ever seen a UFO?
I believe so.
I think I have as well. For sure one time.
Yeah.
I was going to the trailer parks in North Fond du Lac.
They like to hang out over there. It's a good case study.
Yeah, North Fond du Lac has its fair share of those. I was dropping somebody off, and all of a sudden we looked up, and it was just like, the way I can describe it is like a giant comet in a sense. It was very bright, and there was like, it was going, and it was moving at a rate where there was like a tail. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I looked, the guy I was driving with, his name is Mike. I was like, do you see that? And he's like, yeah, I see that. And out of nowhere, it was moving from right to left, kind of like an angle, at least what it looked like. Out of nowhere, it just goes right, like, and disappears.
Yeah.
It just like hard turn and whoosh, it was wild.
Yeah. I've got 3 different occasions throughout my life. That one was when I was very young. Me and Mike used to lay down in the back of our parents' station wagon. This is before Ryan and Trevor. Mm-hmm. Maybe Ryan was a baby. But they were driving and we were...
Does Mike remember this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Different Mike, by the way.
Yeah. This is my older brother, Mike. And we both have the, it was, at some point, many, like, years later, one of us, like, brought it up and the other one described it verbatim. And then, like, they were just like, do you remember seeing it? I think Mike said, do you remember seeing that UFO? And I was like, in the back of the station wagon. And both of our accounts lined up. And it was just that we thought it was the moon until we realized that the moon was out the side window. And it was just like, so is this, like, we're in a moving car and there's a moon-sized light in the sky that is doing what the moon would do, which is stay still. A street light wouldn't do that if you're moving.
Right.
It's too close to you. So like the fact that it was, it just, but well, we were kids then, so it's hard to say. But
right.
The second time was when I was in just out of high school, and me and Richard and Katie, a couple of friends from back when that I used to hang out with.
Okay.
I still am in touch with, but
I know Katie.
Yeah, they're good people.
I think I know Katie.
We were I don't know. I think we were going to Taco Bell or something over on the west side or east side of town.
Taco Bell can mess with your stomach sometimes.
Yeah. Yes.
Alter your vision.
Well, we didn't get to Taco Bell yet at this point.
Okay.
But there was just a green, like it was a green light that just like came straight down from the sky, and we like drove for hours to try and find out, because it looked like it came down closer than
right.
But it was probably pretty far away. But it was just this like neon green thing that fell from the sky, essentially.
That's crazy. And then you're just like, I need some guacamole on these tacos.
Yeah. We definitely just gorged on tacos to forget. And then the last time was actually right out here.
Oh, okay.
Me and
nice little courtyard.
Yeah, me and Jenny were laying back there just looking at the stars.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the craziest freaking thing. This thing that was it was dark out.
Yeah.
So it was like and it had no lights on it. The only reason that I saw it even is because it was the light from the courtyard down, like, or the light from the moon, it must have been, but I feel like it was or maybe it was that car dealership or something. There was a light that reflected off of this metallic surface that was just gliding through the sky at this angle, which I'm going diagonal through the courtyard that you guys can't see. But it had no lights on it.
Mm-hmm.
It had no sound to it. And it was definitely there because the light reflected off this metallic thing that was just a big rectangle that was just
really
cruising through the sky at night.
Wild.
And it was completely invisible until that light hit it.
That's when you gotta get that phone, record.
Yeah, I don't even know if the phone would have
picked it up.
And I never think of that anyway.
Yeah,
but,
you're just stuck in the moment.
And I don't know if Jenny saw it. I don't think she did, because she was not making a big deal out of it, but I was making a big deal out of it, because it was like that's the one that I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
Because I saw it. I saw the shape of it. I saw that it was metal. There was no noise. It was rectangle flying at night.
And then all of a sudden, like, you hear over a speaker, if you look down, you can see two Homo sapiens laying across the on planet Earth. To our right, we go to Milwaukee. And they just they take off. That's crazy. Yeah, I only have the one. One time when I was in California, we were at the beach, and I saw some like lights and stuff kind of going around, but it could have been anything.
Yeah, lights are weird. I tend not to like, the neon green light. That's a weird light to see drop from the sky. So that was why we went and drove after it. And being kids, me and Mike, on that first one, it was just like, it was very odd that there was two moons or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were just, sitting, and then
right.
It's the fact that it wasn't moving like a street light would away from us as we drove underneath it. We were watching it for a long period of time, and then realized the moon was off to our right.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so it was.
What was that?
Whether or not it's like whether it was something completely different, who knows?
Yeah.
But the one over the courtyard here, I don't know what that was. It was definitely a unidentified flying object to me.
Crazy. I don't know. I think we might be in the zoo, man. And now, especially given the current times, they sure are changing, and they're getting intense.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things, and now maybe there's the time that they're thinking. So do they wait for us to kill everybody and wait for the human race to become extinct, and then now this is our planet, bitch?
Yeah, Because I want to believe that we're here. I mean, this is not a good reason, because like I don't want to believe this. I shouldn't have. I misspoke. I kind of believe that for whatever reason, something that was needed here. Mm-hmm. A more educated, more advanced culture came down needing something.
Sure.
And recognized through their, multitude of time over us, like that. Like
sure.
They came here and they found these apes, and they were like, let's see what happens. We can turn these things into they'll get what we want for us, and we'll just come back and pick it up. So they genetically, instead of staying here and taking care of doing the grunt work,
kind of like in District 9.
Well, it's like there's that theory about that planet that comes around. Do you know the reptilian theory?
Yeah, the reptilian blood, like the bloodline.
But
all the royalties.
The planet that comes.
No, I don't really know much about that.
Okay, there's a theory. It's actually a pretty cool theory, but that there's a 10th or whatever, wherever we're at, there's another planet in our solar system, but it's on a comet type orbit. So it goes way out, and then it goes really close to the sun. And so when it gets close to the sun, they do something with gold to protect in their atmosphere, to protect themselves from the sun, and it's the heat of the sun when they get close to, when they get close on their that side of their orbit. So when they found out there was gold here, they basically enslaved us to mine gold, and then when they come back around, they take it. Yeah, they take it, and then that helps them survive around their sun, that pass or whatever. And it's like long eons between them coming and going. And that it's an interesting theory. I don't know where you come up with that if you're just sitting with a foil hat on and going, why do we like gold?
Yeah,
couldn't be that it's just shiny.
That's interesting. What if they were like, what happens if we gain the knowledge that there are in fact aliens watching us, and we don't know why, but we know they're here. It's disclosed. And wherever they disarm our space force, whenever that happens, and then what do? Do we just live like ants and we acknowledge that there's giant things ahead of us, but we keep on trucking?
Well, that's what we are.
That's all we can do.
That's what God is. That's what. Yeah.
I guess you're right.
I mean, it's God. They call themselves sheep.
Sheep. Yes.
Why
like, sheep?
Because they're
part of a herd.
Yeah. Because a
lot of animals do that, though.
They can be shepherded in
Why
their
can't we
herd.
be ducks?
Because ducks are assholes.
Why are they assholes? You don't like ducks?
I love ducks.
I like ducks.
I love ducks. But they are definitely not as docile as sheep. And what do you get from a duck? Sheep give you something. And
you can eat a duck.
And churches, yeah, but then you don't have the duck. Sheep give you wool. The flock gives the church money.
No, there you go.
I'm kind of against churches. Sorry, people.
No, so am I. But
yeah. So it's sorry. I'm moving my chair too much. I hope it didn't pick up.
You're getting excited.
Squeaky chair.
Got a squeaky chair. Okay, so zoo hypothesis. You believe it?
No.
You don't. No, you don't. So you believe in the other one you were kind of talking about?
No.
No. What do you believe? You believe in aliens?
I do. I believe in aliens. I find it weird that people are still going, well, when we find out that one day when we find out that there's aliens, it's like there's hundreds of thousands of eyewitness accounts of aliens. We both are sitting in a room with potential UFO sightings.
Yeah.
We have
people will dismiss it though.
There's so much, but there's Coral Canyon. There's
UFO days at whatever that one bar is called.
Look at the art from the Renaissance. Look at the art look at the hieroglyphs in the pyramids. They all depict aliens.
Anubis could be an alien.
Honestly, even when
Dog face looking motherfucker.
yeah, I'm a firm believer that is the truth. Is that the gods of whether before the single god whatever. I definitely believe that the Greek gods and Roman gods were the same aliens that just cross culture, different names or whatever.
Sure.
And honestly, I'm not unconvinced that our now God isn't just the guy that won.
Sun.
He's just the guy that won. They were warring. I mean, there was definitely there's written accounts of these aliens or these gods from back then fighting with each other and whatever. One got more powerful and said, "You're not gods anymore. I'm the only God."
'Tis I.
Yes.
Interesting.
And
so are these aliens like peeping toms then? I'm looking out the window.
You're really worried about that, huh?
I don't like to be watched. I got some things in the basement that people shouldn't see. Just kidding. I don't know. No, I definitely believe. I believe in aliens 100%. I believe aliens are here. I believe they've been here, and I could follow the zoo hypothesis. I could get behind that. And the only reason that they've explored the world or whatever is because they have interacted. When they have interacted, things have gone wrong, and they've learned. We need to step aside until evolution takes its place, and we see what happens in a very, very, very long time, which could be a short amount of time for them.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see it, because at a certain point when they were coming here a lot, let's say that's true.
Yeah.
The ancient humans of back then became probably so dependent on them coming, and when they didn't come, then you had these entire cultures human sacrifices to try and bring the gods back, and they were like, okay, well, maybe we
I think we fucked up there, boss.
Yeah, they're killing. We got to go back down there. They're killing another person. We got to let them. They got to get through this on their own.
We gotta let them sort this out.
We got to cut the cord sometime. We'll still watch.
And we'll see what happens in 6,000 years. We'll see how you guys progress.
Yeah,
interesting.
Which that only matters if you're shame is construct of humanity. I believe that hopefully someday we'll outgrow, but that's the thing that makes it weird that they might be watching us, is that we have shame. I mean, technically we should live in glass houses and be naked all the time,
wouldn't that be something?
Because if God made us the way we are, or if we have no bearing on how we're born, then why are we so fucking ashamed of it?
I'd be interested to see what your neighbors are doing right now. Knock once, bark twice.
I don't want to know what my neighbors are doing.
All right, cool. Well, I mean, it was a good conversation, a good topic of it. It's interesting nonetheless. We haven't talked about aliens in a long time, and I like aliens. I feel like more people need to look at the aliens. Now all the paranormal stuff these days, it's ghosts are pretty popular, which I do like. I like me a ghost story.
Have
you had ghost activity? This is the room we're in, right? This is where it all goes down?
Actually, I have been every time when as soon as I turn off the TV and the lights to go to sleep.
Yeah.
That fucking closet door, man. It just there's a thing on there that to lock it or whatever, and it bangs really loud, and it never does it until I turn off all the lights and go to sleep, to go to sleep.
Really?
And it makes me so mad at whatever is doing that. Why don't I move?
Yeah.
Because I still go to sleep. I'm just mad at the thing that's doing it. Stop, do it all the time, or don't do it at all. Don't wait till I'm trying to go to sleep, because I know it's not going to do anything. I've been here for 1.5 years.
You work third shift.
Yeah, it's come at me, bro.
I'm waiting for your door to creak open a little bit, a light to turn off.
Nothing, that's the only thing that happens during the day is like knocks in the bathroom when showering or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
you think the ghost is impressed with what she's seeing?
Probably not. That's my shame again. But
you're like in a double zoo situation. You're being watched by the aliens and by this ghost.
Yeah, right. I always have clothes on.
That's good.
Even in the shower. But no, those closet doors are, it's like they don't. I mean, I want to believe that it's like, okay, I'm walking past them, but that's not it, because they don't make noise when I walk past them.
Yeah.
I'm laying in bed
right.
And it feels like it happens at night, but it doesn't, because I'm sleeping during the day and it's pitch black in there.
Right. So this ghost is like my neighbors. They're incredibly inconvenient when you're trying to sleep.
Well, yeah, and I just said I should tell you this because this is just kind of funny. I watched the Lore episode on Amazon Prime. There's a podcast called Lore,
mm-hmm. and
they have a show on Amazon Prime now made from that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. When's my show?
It's coming. But so I was watching the Robert the Doll episode.
Oh, okay. You told me about that doll before.
Yeah, definitely a creepy doll. Definitely, I have a doll. That's probably not happy with me because it's locked in a cabinet because Jenny didn't like it in here, and I still haven't brought it back in.
Yeah.
And but anyway, so I didn't know that these new neighbors moved in.
Right.
And they have a kid. They have a young baby. Sure. And as soon as I turned on that episode, like, and my mom happened to be here at the same time, that baby started to cry, and we could hear it from behind us.
Oh.
And it was super creepy. Like, but yeah, it was just the other apartment. But I did just find a really good show you should watch then called The Blackwell Ghost. It's a documentary on Amazon Prime if you have it. I don't know, but
I don't have Prime, no.
You should come over and watch it. It's worth the hour.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's really good.
To check it out. Awesome, man. Well, hopefully the activity just remains quiet, I guess.
It's fine for now. And this isn't the time that it normally does, but I've been watching some stuff and I don't know if talking about that kind of stuff.
I've been trying to watch a lot of horror movies lately. I don't know why.
I've been watching real life like documentaries.
I've been watching I just started watching I Am a Killer on Netflix.
I don't know that.
It's like a documentary about all these inmates that are on death row. Interesting stories. The one guy in the first episode, he talks about like how he just kept getting into trouble, and then he got put in solitary confinement for so long that he's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna kill someone and get on death row because what's the point of doing this? And he got he happened to get a cellmate who was a pedophile, and he just like, he fucking killed him. Like, I forget what he did, like strangled him or something like that. And then he just goes, there's like, the camera's right on him. He's just like, I don't feel bad about it. And then he just starts laughing.
Wow.
And I was like, damn.
That's
that motherfucker crazy.
Honestly, I've thought about like what I would
killing
do.
People?
No, I've thought about if I somehow ended up with life in prison,
I'd kill myself.
Yeah, why? Fucking kill me. Like, just fucking, dude. You want my food today? Kill me right now.
Right.
Because I don't. What's the point?
Right. Exactly. It's an interesting show.
I have a hard enough time figuring out the point when I'm not in jail. Like,
I shouldn't laugh at that, but
I go to work every night, and my paychecks pay my bills, and I get money for food left over, and so I sustain myself. That's what we all do
until one day we cease to exist.
Yeah, but I got a Cadillac now, so it's worth living.
Roll it in a caddy. I gotta see it's in your garage.
No, it's out there. I'll walk.
I try to look for it. Your parking lot's packed. Usually it's not this busy.
That's all these new people. They got like 4 cars each.
Oh, really? Jesus.
Yeah. And I got 2 now, so.
Look at you. Rolling in style.
Yeah. One of them shoots gas out the back.
Excellent.
And doesn't run because of it.
Well, that's all right, man. Well, awesome. Good talk.
Yeah. Hopefully. I
have to go vote.
Yeah, I got to go do that too, so.
If you're in Wisconsin, you won't hear this episode today, so you'll hear it Friday, in which case the election's done.
Yeah, you better.
The primaries. And then November 6th is the real big one.
Yeah, well.
November 6th is a very important one because a certain governor of our state.
Yeah, this one's important too. You better go vote. You
out.
better have voted, and you better have voted right.
Please. Fuck you, Scott
I didn't
Walker.
mean right that way. I meant do the right thing.
I did, yeah. Just, you know what? Be an American. Vote for your conscience. Whoever you feel is appropriate.
Vote Walker out.
Please.
Got it.
Hold on. I hit pause and then we ended it, but we forgot to do something.
Yeah. This is an important part of the show, I think.
Is this... Oh, fuck. Hold on. God damn it. I don't know if it's recording or not.
This will be interesting.
Oh, fuck. Okay. For sure, we're good now. Oh,
Okay.
So yeah, vote. The thing we said about Scott Walker.
Speaking of voting,
he's not a good governor.
Yeah, but
in my opinion.
Yeah, speaking of voting, drink it, dump it.
Talking about the urban artifacts Pickle, the dill pickle Gose. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's a beer. It's a sour. It's bold. It's pickle. You know what? I'm gonna say, if I have myself a big ass bag of Lay's potato chips,
I can see that.
and I'm pounding that, and I'm drinking this on the side, I think that would be absolutely delicious. And I have one of these left in my fridge, so maybe I'll try to smuggle it into my favorite Reuben establishment, Schmitty's Ore House. Not the whorehouse, the Ore House.
Yeah.
And they have my favorite Reuben in town that I've had. It's very good, very delicious. Maybe if I can smuggle it in and pair it a little bit.
You should tell them you'll do a podcast there, and you'll advertise their
I
Reuben.
don't think it would matter.
And
Not
you'll
many
bring,
people in
you'll
Fond du Lac listen to this.
bring the travelers.
There you go. Schmitty's is delicious. But you know what?
Come to Fond du Lac. Come
I would
to
say
Schmitty's.
I would say in a very certain circumstance, I would definitely drink it. Paired with good food. On the side, like just a casual game day beer, lawn mowing beer. No.
Yeah,
I'm giving you my honest opinion. I wouldn't drink it casually because it's not. I don't think it's meant to be drank casually. It's very niche.
Yeah, this is a with food beer.
Absolutely.
But for me, I'm honestly this is a no-go for me.
That's okay.
It's too sour and it's too sweety sour.
But you don't like pickles, so you were.
Yeah, I was on the fence. Like my stomach's a little upset. And
Oh, is it really? I'm sorry.
It's not. It's just it's mental. I'm sure.
Yeah,
but it's because it's really sour and really sweet at the end too. So
it is. It's got some interesting flavors. It'll take your taste buds for a ride.
It's worth trying.
Absolutely.
And you might love it. So don't base your. I'm just saying I don't like pickles and. I would pass on it, but it's very flavorful, and it's if you don't mind pickles and you're eating some food, give it a try. I would say.
There you go, Chad. Thanks for hooking us up.
Yeah.
Pew pew audio. Goodbye, everyone.